Hi everyone, this is daveac and this is my vlog 181 for Friday the 6th of January 2012. Happy New Year to you good people. Yes, thank you for watching and staying with me, and we're going to go hopefully through 2012. It will be over before you know it, but let's enjoy it while it's here. And just let's say, is this the Big and Fruity Vblog? Well, there's plenty of wine anyway. Yes, wine at the end, and most definitely under 15 minutes, and there's a story behind that. Let's get on with the usual stuff. We're still not out of the fully holiday mood. It's the 6th of January, so I've been taking down my Christmas decorations in the other room, and then hopefully next week we'll be back to the usual format of these vlogs. Well, let me start with the podcasting news as per usual. Well, Lewis Trapani has got out the latest Doctor Who Podshop, episode 264, and this was a studio episode of the 2011 Christmas special, The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe, and that is a review of that. That's up on the feeds. It's about an hour and a quarter long, and I'm on it, but let me pass on my apologies to both Lewis and to the listeners. My son was over here using my main PC, so I'd logged on, because it's quite late at night, on the other PC in my other room. Actually, my third PC. Oh yes, I've got lots of them. I've even got that iPad. Have I mentioned the iPad? Of course I have. Anyway, the point being is that the sound settings I had to really bring them down, because there was an awful lot of fan noise being picked up by the headset I was using. So I had the choice of either annoying everybody else with the whine of the computer, or coming in at a very low volume level. I hope that doesn't spoil your enjoyment of Podshock. I only want to be there if I can contribute and make it better. So please bear that in mind when you're listening to episode 264 of the Gallifreyan Embassy Doctor Who Podshop. Well, the Cult and Collective have been sort of busy, but we've had a little bit of holiday. Because Christmas Day and New Year's Day both were on a Sunday, it meant we didn't do live shows. But of course we put out the the main last of our specials, which was the commentary on End of Time Part 2. That was the one with Paul Scoons that joined us on it, and that went up. And then midweek, just after Christmas, that's Ian, Mike and myself, did a studio recording as well, and we also did a review of The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. In actual fact, we recorded that I think a few days before the Podshop one. It might have even been the same day. Anyway, please give the Cult and Collective review of The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe a listen. Of course, it's on cultdom.com, it's on iTunes, and of course it's on our Facebook page. And that is up this coming Sunday. That is Sunday the 8th, not the 7th, I said on Podshop, but on the 8th of January at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Cult and Collective on 54821 will be having the Collective's full review of The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. Try and make it onto that, or if not, hopefully you will give that a listen. I think there might be quite a wide section of opinion on this particular Christmas special. Okay, I want to now make some more apologies. Fancy me starting the year off apologising. If you watched the last vlog I did, episode 180, and you watched the YouTube version, I have to give a slight apology for the mismatch in sound and audio. Why? Because the one that I uploaded to blip.tv, that's blip.tv/daveac, it turned out to be over 15 minutes, and I am still being limited by YouTube to 15 minutes. So what I had to do was re-edit the video after I'd done it, and I had to chop off the last 40 seconds or so to get it just a couple of seconds under 15 minutes. but that meant, of course, the video had been recoded about 3 times. So there's a slight drop in quality, and that's why it looks slightly different, the YouTube version to the blip.tv version that you may have come across or seen elsewhere on the internet. Okay. Right, I'm just going to go a couple of tech things, and I said there's going to be lots of wine. Yes, it's almost turning into a Big and Fruity episode, this. Big and Fruity? You've not heard of it? Well, that's my wine podcast. Yes, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's 10 p.m. here in the UK, I do a wine podcast on TalkShoe. The ID for that is 112272. And each week when I do the show, I, strangely enough, have a bottle of wine opened, and I put on my TwitPic page, that's twitpic.com/Big and Fruity, I put an image of the wine I am drinking. Now there's a slight crossover for next Big and Fruity episode and today's vlog, and I'll let you into that little secret in a moment. But before that, I've just got 2 tech items, another wine item, and then we'll get to the wine. And then next week, hopefully, we'll be back to the usual format. Well, there's going to be quite a lot of changes in the social media coming to a screen near you. I was a little bit dismayed on Facebook to notice that some of my friends, when you go and see their page, it looks completely different, because what Facebook is rolling out is this new timeline interface to Facebook. I'm not too sure what I think about it yet. It seems to be going more for showing visual content than text and links, and it looks to me more like MySpace than anything else, although with the large central picture along the top. I'm thinking what they're trying to do is to make your Facebook page look more like a WordPress blog page. Why? Well, I think the reasoning is this. If you've got a Facebook page and you commit a lot of time and effort to getting the content on there, and then basically you have a WordPress blog somewhere else, and you're basically cutting and pasting and doing all the same things, because after all, there's only so much time in the week. I think what Facebook are thinking is you will perhaps ease off on your blog and think, I will make Facebook my blog, and that will be my single portal into the internet. And I think that is the reasoning behind it. Mine hasn't yet changed over, but it looks as though it's something that you can't opt into or opt out of. It looks like it's rolling across Facebook. We'll see how happy I am when I actually have it. There was one positive I did see. The actual area for adverts has seemed to be narrowed to a single column rather than the fairly wide one that mine has. Okay, and other changes that you're about to see, we're going to have to get used to a new world. Google apparently is going to be having a massive update to the interface that you presented with when you go onto Google. Instead of having that little narrow black bar across the top, and let me remind myself, when it has you, search, images, videos, maps, news, shopping, Gmail, and then more. I think it's going to come down to some vertical down the left-hand side, a different way, and it's supposed to be better. Although even the people who like it are saying it does require more clicks to get to what you want to see. So there you go. Just as you learn your way around the internet, they go and change it, don't they? That's 9 minutes gone. I think we better spend the next 6 minutes on wine, don't you? Well, here we go. Well, I did say it's a little bit like my Big and Fruity vlog, because I mentioned this on my Big and Fruity, and I want to show it here because I couldn't, obviously with no images, show it on the podcast. It's something that I got from Ros and Tom, daughter and partner, a little small gift along with some other gifts. It's a tea towel, but it's a very posh tea towel. Look at that. Guide to pairing red wine with food. And then it's got the style of the food. You see that? And the different seafoods, international dishes, veg and vegetarian, dairy produce, and it tells you by those wine glasses which is the best match. And then down this side, down this side, David, it's not a mirror. Wine listings, grape varieties, wine styles, pairing tips. Cheers. So, absolutely, there we are. We'll use that as the picture. Brilliant. And thank you, Ros and Tom, for that. Really, I need somewhere to pin it up so it'll stick properly. And I said we have lots of wine. We do, because on the next Big and Fruity I'm doing, and let me just make sure I get the title right. Remember, that's on 112272, and it's called Not in a Bottle, episode 20 of Big and Fruity Wine Podcast. Well, guess what? It's not in a bottle. It's in a box. Yes, this is what I'm going to be using for my Big and Fruity. Oh, yes. That will last me until Tuesday. There are 3 bottles in there, 2¼ litres of Southeastern Australia Shiraz, 13% by volume, the equivalent of 3 bottles, and it's supposed to last for 4 weeks. I somehow don't think this will last 4 weeks, but I thought, since I can't possibly drink all that for Tuesday, I would open it now. We'll have a sneak I know I haven't been drinking yet, a sneak peek at it before the Big and Fruity. Well, with 12 minutes gone, I've just got 3 minutes to taste my Shiraz. By the way, the usual boxes that you buy from the supermarket contain 3 litres of wine. That's 4 bottles. But they can cost up to £18. They can cost over $30. This one was £10 exactly. That's $16. And for $16, you're getting 3 bottles of what hopefully is nice, tasteful wine. Let's have a smell. And we're getting a little bit of bramble fruits off this one. Yeah, bramble fruits, that's what I'm getting. Let's have a taste. It's not, of course, one of the things about the box is it keeps air out. Remember, there's a metal foil bag inside that box. The idea is when you pour the wine out, the box squeezes because of air pressure. It doesn't let air in. So each glass that you pour out is like being out of a brand new opened bottle. So when you're using boxed wine, my advice to you is to pour it out into the glass, a good half hour before you want to drink it. But the same will be true for your second glass, where of course with a bottle of wine, once you've opened it and had your first glass, the air is entering the bottle and you don't have to wait for the second glass of wine because it's already had a slight oxygenation process going on while it's been standing, waiting. So here we go. It's not complex. There's just a little bit of vanilla. There's not really any spice. It's really, I would say, to be honest, it's like a house red. If you went to a restaurant and you saw for, $5 or $6, £4 or £5 a glass of the house red, I'll have the house red. You wouldn't send that back. It's just a fairly one-dimensional Australian Shiraz. Not a lot of tannins, not a lot of complexity, and I'm not getting much vanilla or spice or mocha on it. But one last taste, because I'm watching that time. Yes, I think that's got time to just warm up a little bit. And with that, I absolutely must finish before my 15 minutes. So let me say again to you, thank you for continuing to watch. Hope you do enjoy these. And Happy New Year. Happy, healthy New Year. Bye all. Catch you next week.